Losing a loved one is undoubtedly one of the most challenging experiences any of us will ever face. Amidst the heavy grief, the emotional toll of saying goodbye, and the comforting of family members, there is often a quiet, looming reality that must eventually be addressed. That reality is the legal process of settling the deceased estate, formerly known as probate. For many families, just hearing the word probate adds a heavy layer of stress to an already overwhelming time. But it doesn't have to be a mystery. In this guide, we will demystify the probate process and explain exactly what a probate lawyer does, helping you navigate this legal journey with clarity.
To understand what a probate lawyer does, we first need to understand probate itself. Simply put, probate is the legal process that takes place after someone passes away. It is the official way an estate gets settled. If the person left a will, the probate court first steps in to validate that document, confirming it is legally binding and represents their final wishes. But probate is much more than just reading a will. Think of it as a final accounting of a person's life. The process revolves around a delicate balancing act. On one side, you have the deceased person's assets, like real estate and bank accounts. On the other side, you have outstanding debts and taxes. Before any assets can be inherited, those debts must be legally addressed and paid off. This entire financial transition is closely monitored by a specialized legal entity known as the probate court. The court's primary job is to provide strict oversight, protecting the estate from potential fraud, resolving complex disputes among family members, and ensuring creditors are paid fairly before a judge approves the final distribution. While the general concept remains the same across the country, the actual execution is highly localized. Probate laws are strictly determined at the state level. For example, an estate settled in California faces entirely different codes, deadlines, and taxes than one in New York. Because of these distinct state-by-state variations, successfully navigating the process requires highly specific legal knowledge. Navigating the aftermath of a loved one's passing is emotionally taxing. Amidst the grief, the legal complexities of settling an estate can feel overwhelming. This is where a probate lawyer steps in, serving as your legal navigator. They are specialized attorneys who guide the executor of a will or the beneficiaries of an estate through the intricate probate process. One of their primary roles is managing the mountain of paperwork required by the probate court. From filing the initial petition to open the estate to drafting comprehensive inventories of assets, a probate lawyer ensures every document is meticulously prepared and filed on time. This attention to detail prevents costly delays and legal hurdles that could otherwise stall the distribution of assets. A probate lawyer is also an expert in interpreting the nuances of a last will and testament. Wills can often contain complex legal jargon or ambiguous clauses that confuse surviving family members. The lawyer clarifies these terms, ensuring that the deceased's exact wishes are understood and executed according to state law, mitigating the risk of future disputes among heirs. Perhaps most importantly, they act as an essential support system for the executor, who bears a heavy fiduciary duty. The probate lawyer advises them on appraising assets, settling debts with creditors, paying taxes, and distributing the estate to the rightful beneficiaries, all while protecting the executor from personal liability. So, do you actually need a probate lawyer? It largely depends on the size and complexity of the estate. If the deceased left a simple estate, like a single bank account or a few personal items, you might handle it alone using a small estate affidavit. However, if you are managing a complex estate with multiple properties, investment portfolios, or business assets, the legal demands increase significantly. Deciding to hire legal help can feel like a maze, but assessing the situation illuminates the path forward. You should strongly consider a probate lawyer if the will might be contested, if the estate has significant debts, or if family dynamics are strained. A lawyer ensures every step adheres to state laws, protecting you from personal liability. Beyond the legalities, being an executor is a demanding job with strict deadlines. Attempting to manage dense paperwork while grieving can cause overwhelming stress. Conversely, having a skilled probate lawyer lifts that heavy burden. They handle complex court filings and creditor negotiations, allowing you to focus on your family's healing process. A common hesitation is the cost of legal fees. It is natural to want to save money, but you must weigh these fees against the potential savings. A single mistake in tax filings can cost the estate thousands or trigger lawsuits. A probate lawyer prevents these costly errors, reduces court delays, and ultimately preserves the value of the estate. Finding the right probate lawyer might feel overwhelming during a time of grief, but starting your search is simpler than you think. Begin by asking for referrals from friends, family, or financial advisors who have previously navigated the probate process. You can also explore reputable online resources. Your State Bar Association website is an excellent place to find licensed, vetted attorneys in your local area. Specialized directories can also connect you directly with experienced probate professionals who understand the specific laws of your state. Once you have a short list, schedule initial consultations and come prepared. Write down essential questions to ask during your meeting. You will want to ask about their specific experience with probate cases similar to yours, how often they communicate with clients, and most importantly, their fee structure. Find out if they charge a flat fee, an hourly rate, or a percentage of the estate's overall value. Take your time to evaluate which attorney makes you feel the most comfortable and confident. When you are ready to make your decision, the final step is reviewing and signing a legal service agreement, often called a retainer. Ensure you clearly understand all the terms outlined before putting pen to paper, officially securing a trusted guide to help you navigate the complex probate process. Even with a carefully drafted will, the probate process isn't always smooth sailing. A major hurdle for lawyers is a contested will, where family members actively dispute the document's validity, often arguing undue influence or lack of mental capacity. Another major complication involves missing or uncooperative heirs. Probate lawyers often must track down distant relatives or manage family members who stubbornly refuse to sign legal waivers, preventing costly delays in the final estate distribution. So, how long does probate actually take? The timeline varies depending on the estate's complexity. A straightforward estate with clear directives and no disputes can be settled quite quickly. But complex estates involving business valuations, out-of-state properties, or bitter family feuds stretch the timeline considerably. Generally speaking, a simple probate case might wrap up in 3 to 6 months. However, a complex estate burdened by litigation or tax issues can easily drag on for well over a year. A skilled probate lawyer's job is to keep this timeline as tight as legally possible. Thank you for watching. We hope this guide helped clarify the probate process and the vital role a probate lawyer plays in protecting an estate. Having the right support makes all the difference during a difficult time. For more resources or to find local probate courts and trusted legal professionals, visit funeralus.com. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more guidance. We are here to help you every step of the way.